Hey, what's going on? Do you remember that bike that I unboxed around Christmas time? It was the Onebot S1. Well, in this box, I have the Onebot S2, which is an updated version of that bike. So let's get this thing unboxed and see what it looks like compared to the S1. So this one looks to be packaged a little bit better than the S1 that came, but check this out. Some funny stickers. Now this thing only weighs 39 pounds. That's pretty light for an e-bike. Let's make sure I'm not missing anything. It was double boxed though. Very nice. This must be the charger. The S1 charger was super small like this as well, so I can only assume. Now you can see just how small it is. Let's get the packaging off here. If it was anything like the S1, setup is super simple. Now that we have it all unwrapped, let's take a closer look. So it's got some nice little fenders here. Those are always handy. Doesn't look like it has any suspension. One thing that I liked about the S1 that the S2 has are these folding pedals. That's going to give you more of a flat profile if you're carrying this thing in your car. And here is the stem. Just locks in just like that. Should be nice and sturdy. Then we'll set up our handlebars. Make sure that we get the handlebars situated, then nice and tight. I think on the S1 I put them on upside down. Oh, I guess I can't forget the seat. Just loosen it up and wiggle it in. Should be good. Sits a little tall, but not bad. I might even go all the way down here, but for demo purposes, that's good enough. Besides the stickers, let's see what else comes with this. We got a little manual here, a tool that I don't even think I had to use. And yes, of course, the little charger. Now that we have the S2 all unboxed and set up, let's take a closer look. It's funny because I have the Super73 S2, but one of the updates on the bike is a 14-inch tire. I think the S1 had the 12-inch tire. They still have the folding pedals, which are super handy for folding. The motor is still the same at 250 watts, so not a super powerful motor, but this is kind of a get around town little commuter bike. It's not going to be one of your long riding super powerful bikes. So they have the headlight here, powers on with a little reflector integrated in. The battery is all encased in the frame here, and what's nice about this one is that the charge port is on the side. On the S1, it was underneath, and that presented a little bit of concern with water flipping in there. The battery is a 36 volt, 6 amp hour battery, so pretty small battery compared to what I'm used to, but I think you would be able to access them through this port here. That looks like it unscrews, but I'm not gonna do it. There's no electric tail light, it just has a tail reflector, but the brakes are mechanical disc brakes. They felt pretty good as I was testing them there for a second. Let's see if this thing turns on. So it says hold M for 3 seconds to power on, but it's not doing it. Well, I hope they didn't send me one with a completely dead battery. We'll throw it on the charger and see what happens. So I'm getting a red indicator on the charger, so hopefully it's charging up. I'm gonna clean up my mess, give it a little bit, and we'll see if this thing will even turn on. As you can see by my change of clothes, it is the next day. I let the battery charge overnight, thinking that that's what would get this bike to turn on. As I left for work this morning, however, the bike still wouldn't turn on. When I got home from work, I had a thought. The bike was still plugged in as I was trying to turn it on, but as soon as I unplugged the charger from the bike, I then tried again and it turned on. I don't know if that's a feature, but if it is, it's pretty smart. It makes sense. But now that I have that figured out, let me show you what this display looks like. Okay, so where were we? You hold the M for 3 seconds, turns right on. You actually get a pretty nice display here. You can see we're at 100%, a nice big battery symbol there. Everything is in kilometers per hour, but then you have your speed. So of course, if you hit plus, it goes up. That actually controls your throttle speed and your pedal assist. And then if you turn it all the way to 0, then you're just pedaling a 39-pound bike. Also, to turn on the headlights, you just hold the plus for 3 seconds and that turns it on. It's not a bad little light. Let's see what it looks like in the dark. So here I am all lit up by the headlight. Like I said, it's not that bad. So we only have one thing left to do, and that's to take the Onebot S2 for a ride. I'm gonna do the store test. I did the store test before on the S1, so here we are on the S2, but I'm actually kind of headed down a steep hill. Doesn't look like it right now. Well, it's not that steep, but I don't know if these brakes are any good. But we're riding S2. Also, if you like this helmet, it was sent to me by Exnito. Has lights on the front and back. I'll turn those on sometime. But I'll have a link to it in the description below where you can actually get a discount on this helmet. So I plan on doing a proper review of it. But I just want to shout it out on this video. But let's ride. So I am in mode 1 right now and going about 15.6 kilometers per hour up a slight hill. Let's crank this all the way up to 3. There is a little bit of a rattle in the handlebar column in the upright. I think it just has to do with the latch into the actual bike itself. Feels pretty sturdy. There's a little bit of a wobble. Tried tightening it up, but maybe I'm missing something. But this thing wants to wheelie. I kid you not. On the get-go. It's got a little torque. Let's get full speed here. The brakes could definitely use an adjustment, especially with my weight. I'm just at the max weight, which is 220 pounds. So keep that in mind if this is something that you're interested in. All right, full throttle, 31 kilometers per hour. Obviously going downhill isn't a problem. It'll be coming back up. Here, a little rub on the brakes. I'm sure those just need to get worn in. Do a nice little bed here. I will tell you this, the 14-inch wheels feel a lot more stable than the 12-inch wheels on the S2. I believe the range on this is about 15 miles. Gotta be careful, don't know it's ice these days. Probably gonna have to use some pedal assist here. It's getting the job done. In the manual it says that the steepest hill you can go up is about 15 degrees. I have a feeling that the hill to my house is a little bit steeper than that. It has a little horn too. Nobody in a car would be able to hear that, but if you're on like a biking trail or something, I think that would work out for you. As Micah Toll would say from Electrek or eBikeschools.com, the seat leaves something to be desired. That's for sure. But you can easily upgrade this seat. It wouldn't be a problem at all. Get one of those big old granny fannies. Yeah, going up this hill is gonna be a different story. Brakes aren't terrible. Now that I'm using both of them, they get the job done. No suspension. Glad to see my bike didn't get stolen. I'm gonna try this Peeps Pepsi. Made it up that little hill just fine. Not bad. All right, since it's getting darker, I turned on my helmet. Yep, as you can see, got my helmet on. A little dark outside. This isn't meant to like light your way like a headlamp. And there's some adjustable settings, but it gives you some front visibility. And hopefully you can see it's got a little tail light too. So that helps on this bike that doesn't actually have a light up light at night on the rear. It does have a headlight though. Might be able to see it in that view. But I'm cruising up this hill just fine. It's really not bad. Now, one thing I'm a little curious about is I rode mostly downhill to get to that store, and it's just over a mile the route I took from my house. And going up this hill is showing the battery at 52%. Now my hunch is it's just reflecting the draw on the battery. If I were to stop it, it would go up, but yeah, it's at 51% now. So when I get home, we'll give it a rest and see what we finish off at and wrap up this review. Uh-oh, a little off-road here. I don't know that I'm getting any style points, but functionality, it's there, especially for a little grocery store getter. Whew. Shouldn't have gone this way. But hey, can off-road a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna stop pedaling and just throttle. Full throttle, 14 kilometers an hour. Pedaling is nice, you barely break a sweat. Well, I'm barely breaking a sweat right now because it's like 20 degrees outside, but you get the point. But I will be honest, it's doing a lot better up this hill than I thought it would. All right, let's throttle all the way home. See what we can do with this battery. Looking at the battery, after letting it sit for a minute, we're up at 88%. So it was just reflecting the draw on the battery there, but here it is, the Onebot S2. That's a nice little gas station snack getter. If it really does get 15 miles on the range, you can't beat that. And this thing is actually going for $500. So for 500 bucks, you can get this. It's ages 12 and up. It's something that you can throw in the trunk of your car and you are good to go. Nice little beach cruiser, get around town, whatever you need to do. So anyway, that's the Onebot S2. I want to shout out Onebot for sending it to me for me to review. And something else that they wanted me to tell you guys is I have a link in my description below and you get $50 off the S1 if you click that link. So I would say it's pretty comparable to the S1. If you want to check out that review, I'll also link it. But the thing that I like about the S2, the bigger tires, I do like the design of this one a little bit better. But if you want to get in on the S1 for a little bit cheaper, then again, $50 below in the link in my description. I'll also have a link to this bike as well. It does come through Amazon, so don't be alarmed when you click it and it takes you to Amazon. Anyway, that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the review. I have fun making these, so thank you so much for watching. If you did, hit that like button. If you can't wait to see more content like this, hit that subscribe button and comment down below. What do you think of the helmet? What do you think of the bike? Almost forgot, the Peeps Pepsi. Tastes like a burnt marshmallow. Have a great rest of your day.